Welcome back, everyone. This is the place where we live and breathe college football. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe right now, turn on notifications, and join the community because we are heading into one of the most exciting moments of the year, the return of college football. We made it, the wait is over, and week 0 is officially here. Every fan across the country has been counting the days, waiting for the pads to hit, waiting for the rivalries to reignite, waiting for the surprises that always come in those early weeks. College football isn't just a sport, it's a culture, it's passion, it's history, and it's drama. And this season is already looking like one for the ages. Let's get right into it because week 0 gives us some very good games. And when I say good, I mean really good. We're not just warming up here, we're starting the season with real matchups that already carry weight in conference races and national perception. One of the biggest headlines comes from Dublin, Ireland, where Iowa State is set to face Kansas State. Two programs that know exactly what's at stake this season. Kansas State is being talked about as the favorite to win the Big 12, and Iowa State is determined to prove that they belong in that conversation. The quarterbacks alone make this matchup one you cannot miss. Rocco Beck for Iowa State, Avery Johnson for Kansas State, two young leaders stepping into the spotlight with the pressure of entire fan bases on their shoulders. And the odds makers know how close this one is going to be. The spread is just 3.5 points. That means this game could swing in the final drive, and given how physical and unpredictable the Big 12 is, every snap matters. Adding the fact that this game is being played on international soil in Dublin with a unique atmosphere and fans hungry to see American football at the highest level, it all sets the stage for a classic. And while everyone's eyes are on that Big 12 clash, don't overlook Stanford versus Hawaii, another intriguing storyline that CBS is bringing us this weekend. Stanford is in full rebuild mode. They've gone through struggles, they've gone through leadership changes, and now they're trying to stabilize under interim coach Frank Reich, who himself has been very clear. This is Andrew Luck's program at its core, and he's simply there to keep the boat afloat for now. Stanford's season looks like a long uphill climb with very few games that truly feel winnable, but Hawaii offers one of those rare chances. And even then, Stanford comes in as an underdog. That's because Hawaii, under head coach Timmy Chang, yes, the same Timmy Chang who was once a legendary quarterback for the program, is quietly building something interesting. He's already in his 4th year as head coach, the team is motivated, and they're ready to start the season by protecting their home turf. This is more than just a football game. It's about pride, tradition, and survival for both programs. But we all know that week 1 is where things really explode, and honestly, I don't think we've had an opening weekend this loaded in years. At the very top of the list, Texas versus Ohio State in the Horseshoe. Let me tell you right now, this is more than just a football game. This feels like a battle of dynasties, almost like Game of Thrones on turf. We have the new house of Julian Sain at Ohio State stepping in as the Buckeyes' starting quarterback, taking on the massive responsibility of keeping the reigning champions on top. Across the field, the new house of Arch Manning begins in Austin, with one of the most hyped quarterbacks in the country, leading Texas into a showdown that could define his legacy before it even begins. These are two of the most historic programs in all of college football, both with fan bases that live and die with every game, and now they collide in a season opener with playoff implications already on the line. Let's not sugarcoat it, the pressure on Arch Manning is enormous. If he wins, the national media will immediately push him into Heisman conversations, calling him the next great Manning to dominate college football. If he loses, critics will be ready to say he's only there because of his last name and that the hype is undeserved. It's a no-win situation in terms of narrative, but it's also the kind of challenge that shapes champions. Meanwhile, Julian Sain is carrying his own weight, stepping into a program that just won it all, with fans expecting no drop-off despite losing stars on offense and even both coordinators. That's where Ryan Day had to make major moves, handing the offense to Brian Hartline and the defense to Matt Patricia, a coach with plenty of NFL experience. But transitions like that aren't easy, and Texas will look to exploit every weakness. Add in the fact that Ohio State is only returning one starter on the offensive line, and suddenly the pressure on Sain becomes even more intense. This game could easily be decided not just by quarterback play, but by which defense rises to the occasion. And if you thought that was enough, think again, because Tennessee is facing Syracuse in what looks like one of the toughest schedules the Orange has ever had. Syracuse is entering this season facing 4 teams that made the playoff last year, and that's a brutal road no matter how you slice it. Steve Angeli has been named the starter, and he's stepping into the fire from day one. On the other side, Tennessee under Josh Heupel is trying to prove they're still on the rise in the SEC, but they'll have to do it without Dylan Sampson and some of their key defensive pass rushers. Joey Aguilar will be taking the reins at quarterback, but breaking in a new leader on offense is never easy. This SEC versus ACC battle is about toughness, resilience, and proving that both programs can handle the grind. But maybe the juiciest game of all is Alabama versus Florida State. The tension here is real. Florida State's Tommy Castellanos has been openly talking trash, throwing sidearm passes in practice and making it clear he's not afraid of Alabama. But the Crimson Tide are coming in with their own drama. They just named Ty Simpson as the starting quarterback, which is already a massive storyline. And then their starting running back goes down with a collarbone injury, expected to miss most of the season. So the question becomes, can Alabama's new leader step into the role, not just winning the job, but showing the mental toughness to survive a hostile environment in Tallahassee? That's the standard at Alabama. It's not just about talent, it's about pressure, and it starts in week 1. Now, some argue this game means more for Florida State because they need to prove they're on the rise again. But others say it means more for Alabama because they're the trendy pick to rebound, and if they stumble right away, panic will spread across Tuscaloosa. Florida State can lose and still take positives if they fight hard and compete. Alabama, on the other hand, is supposed to win and win big. If they lose, everything changes, and suddenly the playoff path looks dangerous. The stakes here couldn't be higher. So when you step back and look at the whole picture, we have so many storylines colliding. Iowa State and Kansas State fighting for the Big 12 spotlight in Dublin, Stanford and Hawaii battling for survival, Texas and Ohio State staging an epic showdown of new quarterbacks and historic programs, Tennessee and Syracuse testing the depth of their rosters, and Alabama versus Florida State in a game that could redefine both seasons before September even begins. This is why we love college football. The passion, the intensity, the rivalries, and the unpredictable chaos, it's all back. And the best part? This is just the beginning. We're only scratching the surface of what this season is going to bring. So if you're as fired up as I am, make sure you subscribe to the channel right now, drop a like, and join us for the ride. We're going to cover every twist, every upset, every star performance, and every dramatic finish all season long. College football is back, and it's going to be a wild, unforgettable journey.